Welcome to Getting Real with Real Estate with Danielle Kempf and Jim Kempf, St. Louis's favorite father-daughter real estate team. Your source of real estate information in the greater St. Louis area.
All right. Hey, welcome to the show.
Hello, everyone. How are we doing out there?
What's going on?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing great.
Cool.
Well, hey, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Today we're going to talk a little bit about moving to a new city.
Yep.
Whether you're moving to our fair city or moving out to some other fair city.
Leaving the home of toasted raviolis and Ted Drew's.
Yeah, that's a shame if that's what's happening. But some people,
But sometimes you get a job relocation.
Yeah, and you
or
gotta
change
go.
of scenery, or
are you just looking
be
for a
closer
new
to family?
Yeah, just looking for a new place to hang out, I guess.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. There's a lot of reasons why people move in and out.
Yep. So we're gonna just kind of talk about that a little bit today, and but as normal, we got to start off with a little joke.
Alrighty.
What do you got for us today?
All right. So sticking with the theme of moving out of state, I tried packing my clothes in a box, but all they wanted to do was hang out in the closet.
Of course.
I mean, I always hang my clothes.
Same.
Not much of mine gets folded up.
So they're hanging out.
Yeah, they're hanging out in my closet.
You know they have boxes for that now. You just hang your
They
clothes.
do. They're kind of expensive, though.
I'm sure they are.
Anyway, we digress there.
We do.
And neither of us have really moved.
No, really. I mean, we're lifelong St. Louisans. I mean, I moved to Springfield,
I moved to Fulton.
and lived there for a couple of years, that kind of thing. So
I was there for 3.
Yeah.
College. It wasn't really moving.
No, I know. Mine was like a pickup truck load or so, and you were there. But that's about it. But
we're going to try and give you, if you're thinking of moving to a new state coming up soon, we're just going to give you just some starter points on kind of what maybe would be best to get you there smoothly.
Yep. And I think probably the first thing that we're going to talk about is it's the first thing people do when they are looking for a home, too.
Yeah.
And it applies to if you're moving to a new city. What would that be?
Google.
Start on the old Googler.
Start on Google.
Yeah. So, I mean, it is a great resource.
Oh, it
right?
is. Absolutely.
I mean, there's all kind of things you can
There's
look
so
at
many
there.
things. You can Google things. You can Google Maps. You can... Just anything you can find on Google.
Yeah, just
and everything on the internet's true.
Yeah, and well, yeah, that I kind of missed that.
You kind of missed that. I was like, what?
Over my head. Everything on the internet is true.
No, it's not. Be careful out there. But anyway, there are a bunch of good resources out there. Google Maps. I always recommend to my clients, even if they're from St. Louis, just be like, hey, go up and down, do the street view part of it. Sometimes if it's like a house on a busy intersection, hey, just double check that you are comfortable on that intersection with the amount of cars that are maybe going by it.
Yeah, you can do that here. You can do that in any city in town, which is great. Street Advisor is another, I guess that's what do you call it, website or whatever.
Like
that
a crime mapping?
That you can go to it talks about neighborhood news and reviews and things like that.
That's cool.
So, yeah, that's kind of a cool
Another one
website.
that I found was Area Vibes. It's a website that does kind of similar stuff to that, where you can type in an area and it'll give you kind of some information about it, livability, employment, health, schools, crime, cost of living. That was a really good one that I found.
Cool, yeah.
On there, too. And niche.com, Niche. It's mainly used for school district ranking, but they have a really good third party ranking system where in St. Louis, and I believe probably throughout all of the country, they have best places, best neighborhoods to live in whatever state you're looking at.
Yeah. I mean, even things like Yelp, websites like that have some insights as to food and drink, restaurants, just different things in different areas. And then I guess as you kind of narrow down where you're, kind of maybe thinking, you can even dig into Facebook sites, I would imagine.
Yeah, Facebook sites.
For different areas. We just did one of our shows on Lafayette Square. Right? They have a Facebook site.
They do have a
that
Facebook page. They have a website too. YouTube is the second largest search platform these days. We're doing videos about moving into St. Louis. I'm sure there's other agents in other states doing videos about their community, what's happening in their neighborhood too. So YouTube is a great source too, and it's more visual. Whereas Google is great, but visually YouTube you can see things a little bit easier. Google Maps you can see stuff too. like actually get a feel for it. I like those.
Well, and you're big on Instagram.
Instagram's good too.
That's, I don't personally. I'm just.
But you can search up areas and see like top posts, most recent posts, everything like that, or even like hot areas in there. Like I think Facebook, you can like kind of search by like the neighborhood or like whether it's a park or like a local restaurant or everything, or probably even like Facebook groups would be a good source for that too, or like blogs, local blogs. Just get the opinions of like locals.
Yeah, and consider the lifestyle that you're looking for. Like Danielle mentioned, parks. If you're a big outdoorsy kind of person, or certain sporting activities or whatever.
Yeah, if you want to be
Look
close to kind of like the sporting arenas.
Yeah, yeah.
And then like, if possible, best case and the best way to get to know a different area, go visit it if possible. I think that would be...
Yeah, and I think that's like...
I think most people who are moving to a different state probably at some point visit it before, diving into like the housing part of it all, just to get a feel for the area and what it's like.
Yeah, grab an Airbnb in a neighborhood kind of where you're thinking. Man, then that opens the door to a lot of different things. And some stuff, that you might not even think about is like, stop at the local QT and grab a local paper.
I think QT is a Midwestern thing.
Yeah, okay. So, whatever. Wally's, whatever, wherever you happen to be. And I know nobody reads the newspapers anymore, it doesn't seem like, but...
Yeah, check out
local check one
news
out,
outlets.
Seriously. You would,
well, maybe not a newspaper, but like go on their website.
Well, okay, you can do that too. But you could, why not pick up a newspaper? Check it out, see what's in there. There's going to be different things, different, like in St. Louis to compare, like Riverfront Times in St. Louis. Yeah. There's going to be publications like that in other cities. Those kind of things I think would be great.
Yeah.
Treat yourself a little. Go out to some of the little local restaurants and bars and...
Yeah, the localer the better. Don't go to some chain out. Well, I mean, you can go to a chain out there, but go to a local spot.
Oh, yeah,
someplace off the beaten path.
For sure. Yeah, if I was moving somewhere, I'd have to find out where they serve Guinness.
Nice.
Local place. But, well, bless you there.
Thank you.
Take a walk is one, it's just so simple, but you might not even think about it.
True.
You just go, if there's a particular neighborhood you're looking in, a particular area that you're kind of thinking of, or wherever you're staying, just go take a little walk, see what you see, right? You know, that kind of stuff. What else, Danielle? Like
what else in an area, like moving to
traffic and public. Just look at traffic patterns. That's I think important too. Public transportation, even.
Public transportation is a good one. I was gonna throw something in, like you were saying for like traffic patterns. You don't have to be in the state to pull up Google Maps and just do, pick something in an area that you're kind of considering and do a drive time to work, kind of see what that looks like with a school or something like that, somewhere that you're going to be going often. You can pull up Google Maps, type that in any time of the day, and it'll tell you accurate, up-to-date information for it.
Yeah, you want to be cognizant of think about things like, do you work out? How far is it to the gym? How far is it to your grocery store?
Oh, yeah.
How
many grocery stores are in the drivable area for you?
And do you even need a car? I was listening to an interview today from somebody who they lived in New York, and they were relocating to St. Louis.
You don't really need a car in New York, but you definitely need one in St. Louis.
Well, that's exactly the guy who was doing the interview. He said he was moving for a new job, and he asked his soon-to-be new boss, hey, do I need a car? Because he didn't know. And he never had a car in New York, just like you said.
Yeah,
so it's
that
different.
Makes sense.
Like here in St. Louis, you need a car.
Yes, but like Chicago, New York, not necessarily.
Right, you might not need one. So those are, just different things to think about.
Yeah. And then kind of one other thing for online, Coldwell Banker has this really cool feature app website, more so of a website than an app, and it's called a Move Meter. And so you can put in different cities, like from where you're currently living to a city that you're going to be moving to, and it gives different information and kind of compares the two of them. Again, it's just like national averages and everything like that, so it's not...
Yeah, it's not maybe 100% accurate. But we're talking about things like affordability, right?
Yep, housing affordability.
Compare and contrast what that's like from where you're at to where you're going. That can make a big difference if people don't...
Well, I'm going to give an example with that, like taxes. Like, think if you're familiar with St. Louis compared to Illinois, Missouri taxes are way lower compared to Illinois taxes, and that's going to throw off your monthly payment, once you start diving deeper into like buying the house.
Right.
Things like that are important to take into consideration. Is like, okay, your sale price might be lower, but your taxes throughout the year are going to bump that monthly payment up.
Yes, but the real estate taxes for sure. Yeah, that's a big difference in our particular area. So make sure you understand that wherever you're going.
Yep.
That can have a huge impact on what you do.
Yeah. So I just pulled up a quick example, and we'll just run through a few of these really quick. So I want to ask you a question. Mm-hmm. What side of Missouri do you like better, the Kansas City side or the St. Louis side?
Well, duh. I like the St. Louis side, of course.
That's a hot topic.
Huh?
That's a hot topic. Which part of Missouri is a little bit better?
Well, St. Louis is obviously better than Kansas City, but Kansas City, I mean, they at least got a football team. I can give them that. Go Chiefs, by the way.
Go Chiefs. Let's do it. But anyway, so I just put in St. Peters, Missouri to Blue Springs, Missouri,
which is an interesting comparison, yeah.
Which, I got an insider scoop to kind of, those are more similar areas comparatively.
Well, and hey, Rob, I don't mean to interrupt you, but an insider scoop, that's obviously another perfect a place to get information for folks. Hey, if you're going to Kansas City, call your buddy or your girlfriend that lives in Kansas City and get the scoop if you know somebody. Yeah,
but like, the median housing prices are real similar, right around $250,000. Property taxes also similar, kind of like what we were just talking about. It's just something good to keep an eye out for, things you might not think about. Housing appreciation, price per square foot. Now, it does have Blue Springs price per square foot way higher than St. Peters. And that's kind of where we're saying, like, it's just kind of national averages. So I wouldn't quite...
I'm not
believe that $119 a square foot for St. Peters compared to $154 per square foot for Blue Springs.
Yeah, I'm not quite buying that, but that's okay. I mean,
just a little bit.
Yeah, but that's kind of a neat comparison though.
Oh no, where did the rest of it go? Oh, and then there's like quality of life where it talks about education, health and fitness, weather, air quality, commute scores, accessibility, culture and entertainment. St. Peters does have a way higher culture and entertainment score than Blue Springs.
Huh, okay.
Which I find that kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Even accessibility is way high.
Yeah, I don't know really why that would be.
I don't know. I'm going to be honest, I've never been to Blue Springs.
I've been through it several times, but I can't say I've really been there and hung out very long.
And then like job market strength, it talks about that. Blue Springs, Kansas City is getting a little bit higher of like a job growth with that.
Yeah.
Not the end of the world. And then it talks about like living affordability, kind of like what the state income taxes and utilities, food and groceries and all those sort of things. So it's just a really fun tool to check out if you're thinking about making a move to different states. Just kind of get you some thought starters there.
Yeah, and that's something that we can always set you up with or help you find that if you happen to be planning a move or whatever.
Yep.
So and then I guess when you do kind of do your research and you kind of find out where you're going,
you kind of focus and drill down on those areas. Then I think it's time to start getting that pre-approval and the real estate agent involved. Wouldn't you agree? You kind of got to do the back end of your homework first before you just.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, some people don't. Some people just spur of the moment make a change, which great for you.
Yeah, you got to find a local agent. You got to find a local agent in the area that you want to go. And then, I think, I kind of think personally you probably would want to find a loan advisor, mortgage advisor in that area maybe too. But if you know somebody that's licensed in the area you're going, they can help you, obviously, if you already have a connection there. Yeah. But that referral part to find a local agent is
and that might be one of the harder parts because if you don't know anyone in that area, how do you pick a real estate agent?
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Not everything on the internet's true, as we found out. But if you are moving to a new state, give us a call. We have tons of connections through different resources all across the country.
Yeah,
that we can help set you up with an agent that we trust.
Yep.
In those markets.
Yeah, we do from like Danielle said, a couple different sorts. Our American Dream series that we do, we have agents, top producing agents all over the country.
Through Coldwell Banker, we have agents nationwide, worldwide, even if you're moving out of country.
And even through my business networking group, that's also a worldwide organization. But just within the country here, obviously, we have connections to agents really in almost any market you can imagine you would go to. So if that, if you're leaving our fair city, we hate to see you leave, but we'll try to take care of you on the other side there.
Exactly.
Set you up with somebody who can help you out.
Take care of you, yeah. But then, for what do we do if we have a client who's moving into St. Louis, but has maybe only been here a few times? How do we take care of them? How can we best help that buyer?
Provide a lot of stuff we talked about, but I know you did this with a couple clients where you would go out and take videos of houses, right?
I do virtual video property tours, so I just go in with my phone and I walk through the house the same as I would if they were there with me. We open up cabinets, I show them a little bit of everything. Sometimes we get a little personal, and I have this one time where I hopped in the shower just to show how short the shower head was.
Gotcha.
And it I'm about 6 feet tall. It hit my chest area. Wow. And I was like, hey, we're going to get a little personal. I'll show you this.
Yep.
And it's just kind of funny because I had never met these clients at this point.
Right.
So that was kind of the first time they'd seen my face was in this video, and it was just kind of funny. But I do that for all our clients.
Yeah. So that's important. If you can't, and it's hard. I can't, like we said, we don't have experience moving personally, but it would be hard to be able to buy a house, sight unseen. But to have somebody who will go in and take videos for you, do those video walkthroughs,
and be real thorough with them. You can, if you just zoom through the house, that's about as good as looking at pictures sometimes.
Right. So, and I'm sure, giving them the details as you're looking at stuff is very, very helpful.
Yeah, exactly.
So, very good.
So cool. And then, again, if you're moving to another state, hopefully that agent, that's just what we do here in St. Louis. Hopefully that agent in the state that you're moving to does something similar to that, too. Some people do more so FaceTime. I do more like a Dropbox video just so they can rewind, replay it.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And they can watch it on their own time rather than trying to connect time zones and figuring out when they're off work. And that might be 5 p.m. their time, could be 7 p.m. our time, and sometimes schedules just don't work that way.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's good. That's great. Awesome.
All right. Well, anything else you want to add?
What else? I think we pretty well covered it there. So, I get like we said, if if you're moving into St. Louis, man, we would love to help you out. Give us a call. We will take great care of you and show you the ins and outs of our beautiful city.
And if you're leaving St. Louis, we'll help you, if you own a home here in St. Louis, we'll help you get that set up. We'll help you schedule time-wise. How long is it going to take to get your home sold? And then when is your dream time to be in your new city? We'll help coordinate that. We'll work with your other agent too. Or if you just don't even own a home in St. Louis, say you just rent in St. Louis and are making a move out of town, we'll help set you up with an agent in that part of town too who can help you if you're looking into that also.
You bet. We would love to help you out. Well, thanks for listening. I think we'll wrap it up.
Hopefully you guys found this helpful. We'll talk soon.
All right. See ya.
Bye.
You've been listening to Getting Real with Real Estate with the Kemp team. Have questions about real estate or something you'd like to discuss? Contact the Kemp team at 314-336-1926 or visit our Facebook page at facebook.com/the Kemp team. Don't want to miss any episodes? Follow us on your favorite podcast app or YouTube. The Kemp team. Real, honest real estate.